Hello, welcome everyone. I know there's no one here, but I know that there might be people here eventually. And oh, it looks like there's one person here. Well, welcome everyone. And I know that when you're watching back the VOD, you don't know that there's no one here at the start. So starting the VOD by saying welcome everyone, I guess, is welcoming the people who are not even here yet. Welcome future viewers. uh, just let me send out. Hello, John. Nice to see you. We're starting with an easy one today, and then we'll have a little bit of a different turn. We're not doing shards today like I said we were going to do. I said we were going to do shards, but it's taken a different turn because of Grokkel's schedule. He can't show up today, and that's not to say that I can't do it without him here. I can't. That's not to say I can't do it if he's not here. He can always watch the VOD, but I figured it might be useful to have the constructor of this very difficult puzzle to be in the chat to say, that's wrong, if we go astray, especially with something as hard as shards. I don't want to spend another hour doing something that is already broken, you know? Hello, Nitian. Here, wait. I'm going to try to pronounce your name and you tell me if I'm completely off. Nitiant? Or is it, hello, Logan Wall. Is it... Okay, so this is obviously a 4 because there's a 6, 7, 8, 9, or there's a 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know where that came from, but these quads are showing the digits which must appear in the 4 surrounding cells, and they're all pretty much full, so we can use that pretty effectively early on to pencil mark a bunch of things and then get a digit. Welcome to everyone who's joined the stream. Very nice to see all of your lovely names in chat. Close enough. I'm sorry. I'm really horrible at pronouncing names, which probably means I shouldn't be doing this because I'm just going to end up offending a bunch of people. There's a 6 down here, which points at this, so that's a 5. Which means that we have a 5 up here, which is kind of weird. I hate when there's like a digit across a box, so then you get this weird pattern like there's 5s in these cells in these boxes, and it's just it really messes with my head. Yes, all the pencil marks. Welcome, Philip. This is the constructor of the puzzle. Talking about all of our pencil marks, yes. Oh, there's no 6 here because there's a 6 in here. Actually, this 1, 6 is the same, which is kind of interesting. Oh, the 2 that I got in here, I was gonna do that, but I completely forgot. Oh, there's also a 7, which is aligning in these 2 boxes. I already did the 6, which aligns in these 2 boxes, which places a 6 up here. But the 7 is also aligning in these 2 boxes, which gets rid of 7 from there, and there's a 7 in here. I'm gonna pencil mark this so I don't. How do you pronounce my name? Philip Newman. Oh, Nilip Newman. Fuman. Nah. Was that good enough for you, or didn't you need to better mispronounce it? Minimumen. There's a 6 in one of these 2 cells because in this 6, 7, 8, I almost said 9 again. I literally almost said 9 again. So there's a 6 in one of these 2 cells, so there's not a 6 here because there needs to be all of the 4 digits around here, which places a 6 in this box. Very nice. We're trying a puzzle by the easiest gas setter. Oh, wait. I think I got caught up with something that I was saying with fives here, and I don't know why I didn't think there could be fives here. Because if this was a five, this could be easily be a five. I think I was thinking that there was a five down here for some reason. Philip Newton. That it. Flip Newton is a very cool name. That's like secret agent level of cool name. My name's Flip. Flip Newton. Oh, there's a 7 pointing here, so that's an 8. That's an 8. Why does 9 keep entering my brain? This is an 8. This is a 7. Oh, you know, 5 isn't aligning here like I, for some reason, thought it was. But you know what is aligning? 8 and 7. So these are not 8 or 7. So this is an 8-7 pair, which means that this is a 7 because there's a 6 looking at it. So that's a 6. There's no 7 over here now, which... No 7. So that's an 8. That's a 5. This is a 4-7 pair, which I don't know the order of yet. Unless I do. Now there is a 5 up here, and it can definitely go in that cell, so I'm glad I didn't... Sam Kapperman Lines. Sham Kapperman Lines is Philip's name, I think. This 6 resolves that this is a 1. Places a 6 here, which means that there's a 6 in one of these two cells, which means there's a 6 down here. Now... Oh, I thought there was more with 6s, but I don't see anything else. There's a 7 in one of these 3 cells, and a 7 in one of these 2 cells, but this 7 resolves it. So that's a 7. 4s are looking into here, so there's a 4 in there. And if I look carefully at this box, 4 and 5 must go in these 2 cells, which removes 4 from here as well, which places a 4 right there. And the 4s looking at box 5, put a 4 into one of those 2 cells. Now in this column we need a 1, 2, and a 9. And this cell has a 1, 2 looking at it, so that's a 9. One of our only 2 9s in the puzzle, despite me... Yeah, basically the same person, basically. Despite me wanting there to be 9s, constantly listing 9s and possibilities. There's 9 in up there because of this pencil mark. There's... I was going to say there's 7s down here and 7 here, but there's already a 7 up here. Okay, so what else? There's a 1, 2 pair, which is suspicious. Which probably means that 1 is in one of these 2. Which means that 1 is down here, which aligns with the 1 over here, which places a 1 in one of these 2 cells. There's no 1 here, I just noticed. Well, there's me here, but that's just a Simon joke, so... there's no 8 in here. We should have done that when we got the 7. So there's an 8 down here, which means that this is a 7. I love how this keeps bouncing back in on itself, because now this is a 2, which places this is a 2, which means this is a 7. Which means this is a 3-6 pair, which resolves this one. This is so nice, Philip. This is a really nice puzzle. Which in turn bounces back over here, which resolves that. Which in turn gives us the rest of the puzzle. I think it actually kind of does, because this is a 3. I need a 5 in this box. It's going to go there because of these 5s, looking here. And this last digit is a 9. So what other 9 places can we do? Because we just got a 3rd and a 4th 9. So perhaps 9 is our new friend. No, I think 9 is still our enemy. No, it's bad. 9 is not good. Yes, Philip, you're my fifth favorite gas setter. That's such a compliment, Logan. Hello, Zeno. Nice to see you in chat. Yeah, no crackling. And all I did, literally all I did, was change it so that it's not at all connected to the webcam. For some reason, I set it up so that the microphone would come into the connection for the webcam in OBS, and then that would use it as an audio output, but instead I just turned off the audio for the microphone, and that worked fine. There's an 8 in one of these two cells, which resolves this. And there's an 8 in one of these two cells, which gives us a 6-8 pair and resolves these two digits. These are 9 and 7, which is resolved. 9 and 7, you'll win. That gets rid of a 9 from here. Get rid of these 6 pencil marks because they're distracting me. We got this 3 and 8, which means that there's a 3 in here, which is not that exciting. The other digit that's in here is a 4 or a 5. Over here, we're going to have a 9 and then a 4 or 5. The 9 isn't there. So this is a 4 or 5, and this is a 1-9 pair. Over in this box, we need 5, 2, and 1. That's a 2 then. So this is a 1-5 pair, which is not resolved. Okay, maybe this row is our friend. Because I can see that it's 4, 5, 3, 6. And this cell sees 4, 6, and 5. So that's a 3. Oh, and this 5 sees up and sees that cell. These two cells are a 9 and a 2. A 9 and a 2. I don't know why that took me so long to see. But a 9 and a 2, which aligns with this 1-2 pair, which means that there's any 2s that are in these rows are gone because the 2s that are in these rows are taken by these two columns. So that 2 specifically is gone. Or you could just see there's a 1-2 pair, so this is a 9, so this is a 2, so this is a 1, so this is a 2, which would resolve that one. But, you know, we can be fancy too. Velcro sham, lucky to be 5th. We know what row 9, column 9 is. Way ahead of you, Logan. Oh yeah, you probably saw that a while ago. Yes, we did get that a while ago. Not that long ago. Not way ahead of you, just ahead of you. This is not a 2, so this is a 2. Again, my monitor won't turn on. I love that you get something that you're like, oh, this will be useful for when I stream. And then once you start streaming, it doesn't work. That just means I should have started streaming earlier. Not in the day, but in the lifetime. This is a 5 because 4, 8, and 9 in this box can't go there, so this is a 5, which means that this is a 3 or 4. This is a 4, 5, or 6. This is also a 4, 5, or 6. Maybe we should pencil mark this row because we have... Oh, actually, we should pencil mark this row because 1s in these two cells... Oh, well, I guess you could just say that in this row, 1 sees a 9. So this is a 9 and this is a 1, which means this is a 9, this is a 4, this is an 8. And we could have gotten that 8 before, actually. So there's no 9 in here because there's a 9 in its box. There's no 9 here because there's a 9 in its row. So this is a 9. And now we can pencil mark this much easier. It's a 3 or 4. This is a 3, 5, or 6. Same thing with these 3. Oh, I missed pencil mark there. This is not a 7. I don't know when we got this 7, but this is a 4. This is a 7, which makes that a 7 because of these two. Now, these 3 digits need to be 1, 2, and 3. It makes me laugh when the digit that you're looking for is the next digit in the sequence and you just don't see it. These 2s and this 2 say that this is a 2, and that makes this a 1, which means that we can look at these two cells and say, oh, those are 6 and 4. Not quite as funny as 1, 2, 3, but still they're 6 and 4 nonetheless. There should be something resolved over here. Oh, this 5 sees that. So this is a 5, and these two are an 8 and a 3, which is resolved by either one of these two. So that's an 8, that's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 4. That's a 6, that's a 4. That's a 3, which means this is a 1 and a 3. This is a 1 and a 5. This is a 6. And I almost thought I didn't have 3 in the box, but I do. This is a 4, this is a 5, because this couldn't be a 4. Which means this is a 3, 4, that's a 6, a 5, a 5, a 4, a 6, and an 8. Woo! We did it. Okay. Hello, Nell. I'll never get your name wrong. Because Zeta has suffered for me. Now we have the next puzzle, which you will pick. I have 3 options here, little summary of them, and this poll feature in in YouTube will allow me to get you guys to pick which puzzle we do next. Currently, number 3 is in the lead. I don't know. Can you guys see the poll? Like, I know you can probably see the poll, but can you see the results of the poll? Yes, I will also suffer through that. Maybe not even finish today, but I will probably try to suffer through that. I'll wait a little while to see. You can see results after voting? Okay. We can always do more than one puzzle, by the way. I'll just switch out one of them when it redos, or when it redos. When we finish the puzzle, I'll get us to vote on the next one unless I have something in mind, and I'll just switch out the one that we have already done. So there's 6 votes and 8 people in chat, and it looks like the current leader is number 3 with aquatic construction. I'll wait a few more seconds just because, you know, I'm scared. And I'll ping yeah, he did. Okay, looks like we are doing the aquatic construction, which means that I will have to change to the Pempa layout, and it will probably not load up properly. Oh, no, it did. Nice. All right. And I don't think I need a break. Oh. That's weird. My laptop's not charging. Oh, there we go. Everything's good now. Well, if 3 wins, there might not be another time for another puzzle. That's what I was saying, sort of. Like, if you do want to see 3, we can always start 3 after. But if you wanted to see the other puzzles, then you could see those too. But yeah, we'll do 3. Okay. I have seen a little bit of this in the 7x7. I haven't done it, but I watched and sort of helped with the Cogito doing this puzzle. I don't know if Cogito is in chat right now, but if he is, I very much enjoyed doing that, and I was really trying not to help because I was enjoying it. It was really cool. Okay, we're gonna turn on some Pempa Light. Does the stream look good? Is the everything in? Nothing is like overlapping. You can read the rules and all that. Okay, well, I'll read the rules while we wait for that. Well, wait for your response. You see it? Okay. Let me read the rules. Okay, so we have a chaos construction, and the final irregular grid must satisfy aquarium rules. Now, aquarium rules are, if I have some regions in the grid, maybe I'll bring up an aquarium puzzle. Aquarium. Let me just bring up. So you can sort of see on the side we have these yeah, so we have these you can sort of see at the bottom here, there's these regions and they're filled with water and blank cells, which are air. And the air needs to be above the water. So it's sort of like when you're actually filling glasses of water with or like irregularly shaped containers with water, obviously the water will flow downwards because of gravity. So that's basically what the rules say, is that the water is always below the I'm insane. Why am I insane? To do this puzzle after you were destroyed by it? Yes, I am a bit insane to do this puzzle. I'm here to apologize in advance. Oh god. Don't say that. Don't apologize for greatness. Yay, the crackling voice is gone. Okay, so let me know if that is not clear, that in an aquarium puzzle, the air is just above the water in any irregular shaped region. And I think that's the only rule. Also the clues outside the grid give the number of water cells in that row or column. So for example, in this finished puzzle at the bottom here, this 2 on the left-hand side is indicating that there are 2 water cells in these 4 cells in the row. Hello! Hello, Canty. Hello, Naverio. Hello, Kagisho. Kagisho? Oh my god. What am I, like... I know how to say your name. What am I doing? We have Flip Newman, Kigisho, Kintin, Naverio. We have Neil, and we got some Zeno, and Jun, and Logan Wool is watching. Okay, glad I said everyone in chat so that we're clear on how to pronounce everyone's name. Okay, so if these are, so the outside clue says that there's that many water cells in the row. And finally, the irregular, no, not the irregular, these arrows in the grid are saying, they're not referring to the regions like a previous Canty puzzle that I did alone, I guess. but they're saying that if a clued cell is air, so if this one is air, then the digit in the cell indicates the number of water cells seen in the directions of the arrows combined. So if I had this situation, then this digit would be a 3 because it sees 3 water digits and it's air. Now, if it was water instead, then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be 5 because it always indicates the opposite of what it sees. Okay, we're going to delete all. We're going to reset the timer so that I can... Yeah, mega might be easier. Yeah, Nevario, I mean, is anyone not going to be destroyed by this, even if they solve it? Okay, so let's try to do this. Now, this is a really weird one because we're going to be using colors to indicate water or not water, but we're also going to be using, well, we're also going to be building regions, but we can't use colors to build the regions. Oh, which is going to mess with my head. But we're going to be using edges only to build the regions, which maybe I should actually add some lines, like a normal line, so that I can indicate like the region continues this way sort of idea. I think that might be a good thing to... Your new aqua puzzle, oh god. There's more. they're multiplying, they're breeding. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. Always with KNT puzzles, I have no clue where to start. Once the logic gets flowing, I feel like I can pick up on it pretty well, but once I sit down to look at these things, I'm like, what? Okay, so these two are like the same thingamajig. They're both basically cluing the same thing. So if they're both cluing the same thing, because they're both looking at this row, they can't both be the same thing, right? Because while they're cluing the same thing, they could be cluing the opposite thing. So yeah, if they were both water, then they would be counting the number of air cells and they would be counting the same number of air cells. So they can't both be water and they can't both be air. Okay. And there's quite a lot of water cells in this column because there's 6 out of 9, so there's only 3 that are missing. I have solved an aquarium. But I have not solved a lot of aquarium. We need Pancake in here. Yeah, goodbye, Logan. Nice seeing you. Glad you could make it out. Okay. So there are... Oh, okay, so I saw this 6, and then I just ignored this 8. That's a lot of water in a column. 8 water cells. Oh, you know what is interesting is that there's some of these... This is actually the first thing I said when Canteen mentioned about this rule set, is that it's interesting that these like combining these clues, the outside clues with the inside clues, gives some weird logic. Like if this is air, then we know that there are 4 water cells in this direction, so then this has to be at least 4. Similarly, if this is air, it's a 2. Exactly. I'm trying to think. If this is air and it's a 2, that's a problem, isn't it? Well, I can see that this is 4 at most, because it can only see 4 cells. So maybe we'll go around and pencil mark some of these, because this one can only be 3. This one also can only be 4. This one can also only be 3. Actually, this is what I should have done to start, because I know that I know you KNT. You want to just make some kind of quadruple of 1, 2, 3, 4 immediately, and then the rest of the puzzle will flow from there. But I know your tricks. Oh, this is also 4. That's a really weird one. Oh, this is only 3. Wait, that's why I was confused. Okay, this is only 4. Okay, I need to learn to count to 4 before screw doing aquarium puzzles before attempting this. You need to know how to count to 4 in order to do this puzzle, which may or may not be an issue. This one is only 5. I'll just pencil mark every single arrow, I guess. Is this how you start this puzzle? Okay, 8 water cells in this column. Wait, that's really weird for these. Because if there are 8 water cells in this column, there's only 1 air cell. So any water cells that are arrows that are pointing upwards see at most 1 air cell. And at least 2 of these, which do point upwards, will be water cells. So at least 2 of these only see a maximum of 1 cell. So if this is the 1 air cell, it will see all 5 of these, plus maybe 2 of these. So it can be 5, 6, or 7. But if it's a water cell, it can only be 3. So weirdly, very strangely, this cell in particular cannot be 4. You can never have a 4 in this cell. But you can have a 5, 6, or 7. Okay, that's really scary. This is only 5. I'm gonna pencil mark that just because it's really weird, and I want to remember that this is a really weird cell. Because I won't remember that once we're 2/3 into the solve and we're like an hour in. The other thing with these 2 cells is they add to 9. Wait a second. They add to 9, and the water count for the row is 4. Why did I not look at this first? They add to 9, and the water count is 4. Or sorry, yeah, that's true. So they're 4, 5. They are 4, 5. Because if this one is blue and this one is green, the green one will see 4 water cells for sure. That's just the rules of the puzzle. It will see 4 water cells because this is a 4. So then this one will see the rest of the column because it can't have any more water cells. So that one will be a 5. So this is a 4, 5 pair, and we've solved the puzzle. So these 2 are not 4 or 5. And this one, I was going to say is at least 4, but it's not at least 4 because... Oh wait, there's something weird going on actually. Remember I said that this one, if this was an air cell, then it would be a 2. We would know that it was a 2. But if it's a water cell, it's an 8. Because it will only see one water cell to this direction, so every other water... Oh, no, wait, no. It's a 7. It's a 7. So it's either 2 or 7. And that's just a fact. That's very strange. Huh. Okay, so... Can we figure out this one then? So if this is an air cell, then it's a 2. And this could be an air cell and be a 2. No, that wouldn't work. If this is an air cell, then it's a 2. So then this couldn't be an air cell because then it would also be a 2. So this would have to be a water cell if this was an air cell. So this would be a water cell and it would see 6 in this direction. So one of the options for this cell is 6. And the other option would be if this, maybe it's easier if I actually label it. If this is an air cell, then obviously this can't be an air cell because then they would both be 2, because there is 2 water cells in this direction. So this must be a water cell if this is an air cell, and there's only one more water cell in this direction, so there will be 6 cells over here which are air. So then if this is water, this is a 7 because it sees 1 water cell over here somewhere and then 7 air cells. If this is also water, then again, it's a 6. No, it's a 7. If this was double water, then they would both be 7 because they would both see the same number of air cells. Oh, these are a bit like these two. Because I don't know how to describe it, but they can't be the same. I think they can't be the same. So if this is a water cell, this has to be an air cell. So then if this is a 7 and this is an air cell, it will see 1 water cell to this direction. So it's either a 1 or a 6. Huh. So it's kind of like these step down in a weird way. So then now we have a third one. A third one. That seems very odd. Okay, so we have a third. Okay, we're 3 layers deep now. So if this is air, it's a 2. Then this has to be water, which would be a 6. And if this was water as well, it would also be a 6, so it would have to be air. And if it's air, then it's going to see 1 cell, 1 water cell, because there's 1 left. There's 1 taken here and 1 left over here. So it's either a 1, or I'm guessing a 6. So if that's water and that's air, then this sees 7, this sees 1. If this was also air, it would also see 1, so that would not work. So if it's water, 7, 1, 6. Right, 1, 6. That's what I thought it was going to be. I'm getting some intuition now. I don't know if the chat is frozen or if I am... If no one is chatting. No one is probably chatting. But this is cool. I like this so far. I feel like I have done this in the wrong way in terms of like... There's probably a very elegant way to see this very easily, but I do not feel very smart right now because I do not see sort of like a nice little proof. That's fair. That's okay. I feel like I can pick up this logic pretty easily as long as I can think about it freely. And talking out loud will also help me think about it freely. So that's good. So let's think here. We've either used up 2 water cells here because this has to alternate, or we've used up 1 water cell here. So in these cells, there's only 1 water cell. Right. Thank you for making me not stupid. Okay, so because let's imagine a scenario in which these cells were all in a region that went down. Because we know they alternate, we would have an issue, because in a region of an aquarium, let's go back to that aquarium, at the level where the water is, even when there's a gap here, so there's a gap right here, but even at that level, the water must fill up to the same level. So you couldn't have air here, like this right here. It has an example. If this was the case, where these were water, that would be impossible, because that would be saying that this cell is air and this cell is water, but they're not at the same level. And what always happens in terms of physics is that the pressure pushes down equally on both sides of this water surface to push it to be the exact same level. So they must be the exact same level. There are very few ways to see anything in this puzzle that could be described as easy. Oh god. Okay, so the fact that we cannot have that means that there must be region boundaries between these two, between all of these three, because any water and air at the same level must have boundaries between it, because the water will sort of spread out along that level. Excuse me. And that's region boundaries. So an interesting thing about these two, is that we know that they're in different regions, because they must be. Because they are air and water on the same level. Okay. I almost feel like we've run that dry, which is weird because it feels like it should do something. We got a 1-6 pair, like, that doesn't do anything in the puzzle. I feel like I probably should have, if this was a 1, this would be a triple, which is probably going to happen, but I don't know how yet. Okay, so if this is water, then it sees 5 airs down here. If this, oh, sorry, I think I zoomed in by accident. Candidate should not be my concern. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Okay, we should think about water and air, I guess. Focus on water and air, not on digits. I must open my chakras. Okay, wait. Interestingly, I just had an interesting thought about this cell. Is it possible that, I did not mean to turn on drawn edges. Is it possible that all of this column is air? And I know that's a very edge scenario, but is it possible that this entire column is air? Well, aside from the fact that this would be wrong, oh, this would be 0. So yeah, that's impossible. Okay, maybe this is not interesting, but maybe it is. I'll just say it because it might be interesting for something else. If this is entirely air, then this one will see all of its water in this row. And if it sees all of its water in this row, then by the rules, whichever one of these two is air will also see all of the water in this row, and these will both be 4. So we need to watch out for making things the same thing. I hate big picture things. I hate big picture things. How dare you put big pictures into your puzzle? Only Panthera is allowed to do that. This is either 4 or 5 as well because of the same idea. Either there are 4 water cells in this row and this is air, or this is water and there are 5 air cells in this row. So this, I don't think this one can be below 5 or 4. Because if it was just the left, or if it was just the right arrow, then it would be 4 or 5. If it was just the right arrow, then it would be 4 or 5. So since it is the right arrow and the up arrow, it must be more than 4 or 5. And that logic applies here as well. So these are greater than 4. They could be 9. This one, these are really interesting actually. These okay, I'll say I don't like global logic. That's why I don't like set very much, because I tend to focus very much on like local things going on in puzzles rather than the entire grid. So when someone tells me, oh, you have to look at set, I'm like, oh, I have to look at more than one box at a time? Oh god, that's a lot of work. I do that all the time, but you know what I mean. So this one is kind of interesting because I want to think about, is it possible that both of these are air or water or whatever, just the same? So if both of these are air, then this one will see 4 water cells in its row, or sorry, 5 water cells in its row. This one will see 4 water cells in its row. And if they're water, it's actually just the inverse. It will see 5 and 4. So then, whatever number of water cells or air cells, if they're both water, it sees in the column will add to both of them, and they will be exactly 1 different because of the rows. So that would mean that there could only be 4, at most 4 water cells in this column, or air. Which would mean it would be 4, wait. Well, that's every option. It's either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And it's also the inverse of 1, 2, 3, or 4. So it's either 1, 2, 3, or 4, or all the other numbers, basically. So that's not very interesting. Okay, let's not look at that. If there's an air cell in row 9, okay, metafacts are even worse. If there's an air cell in row 9 and a water cell in row 1, what do we know about those regions? In the same column, you mean? Or in column one? Or just any column, are you saying? Well, the regions would be different. That's for sure. But they could be different even with two water cells next to each other. Those are separate questions. What? Oh, separate. Oh, I see, I see. If there's a water cell in row one. Oh, is this like Fistemfell logic? If there's a water cell in row one. Oh, right, right, sorry. I understand. If there's a water cell in row one, then its entire region must be filled with water. Let's look at that example again. I need to close these tabs because I keep looking at those. Let's look at this example again. So since the first row has water cells in it, that region must be completely filled with water. For example, if row one, column one of this example puzzle was water, then the entire region must also be water. That's what Canty is saying. No, it is Fistemfell logic. It is. This is the same logic that he used in his Philomeno aquarium. Okay, so we know. Okay, no one even told me that I had penciled 4 or 5 in this cell, but there's a 4 or 5 in the freaking row. Well, that's actually useful because now, no, that's not even useful. Well, these differ by, no, they could be different. Let's just wait on that. But we know that in this row there's 4 water cells, and in this row there are 5 air cells. Hello, Andrew. Nice to see you. Or sorry, wait. Did I say 5 air cells down here? There are 4 air cells down here and 4 water cells up here. And the region with the air cells is sort of like the region with the water cells, but like inverted. Like when you invert a flask and all the water and the air start to like, woo! I love doing that. I would do it with my glass of water, but it's not a flask and it does not have a cover, so that would be a very bad idea. But the idea is that the entire region that has air in row 9 must be all air. The entire region must be air. Oh, yeah. Fistemfell has done too many things, so now when I say Fistemfell logic, you're like, well, the four corner cells are equivalent to the ring, I guess, in this aquarium chaos construction, which spoiler is probably not true. It's true in certain irregular grids. But anyways, okay, so why is it important to know that the water at the top has to come down? in a single region. Well, I mean, not in a single region, but each water cell at the top must belong to a region completely enclosed in water. If only I knew that every water cell at the top was a different region and every air cell at the bottom was a different region, then I would know that that's 8 regions. Hello, Rift Clown. How's it going? Eight regions is a lot of regions, but we don't know that it is. In fact, well, this is either wait, this is the same logic as this. No, it's not. It's very close, but it's not quite. Wait, we do know. No, we know that this is every number, right? I remember we proved that this was every number. Except for 9, of course. 9 can never go in a cell like this, because that would mean that it itself is not itself. This cell would be saying, well, I should clarify this, because this could be 9, because it could see 4 in this row of whatever opposite thing it is, and 5 in this column, and that wouldn't be a problem. But this one, if it saw 9 of the same, then it itself would be the same as those 9, which you can't have because the opposite parity clues it. Because there are only 2 water cells in row 2, it has fewer places to escape from. Beautiful point, Nell, which I completely ignored. It only has 2 cells to get out. And we know at least one of those 2, if not both, are in these 3 cells. Oh, and one of the water cells is over here. Oh, so for example, if this was water, we know that this is opposite to that, right? Now, how could you make these both water? Like that? Like that exactly? Okay, yes, I see that now. I see that now. That's a tongue twister. So that would work, I guess. I was gonna say that would be impossible because now this one, wait, I just did this, didn't I? And that's a lot more than 2. I told you I needed to count to 4 in order to do this puzzle. Okay, yeah, so we definitely, if this is the case, this puzzle is broken. So if this is water, we have to have double air and water. Because this one will need to escape, but it can't escape through this, obviously, because it can't come through the air. And actually, wait. I've just noticed something. This too. Wait a second. Let me go right back to where I was, because I just noticed that this 2 is very powerful. Because not only does this need to escape downwards, but this one can only take 3 cells over here, right? So one of the cells over here will have to be water, at least one of the cells. But this one, which is the other way to get up, now remember that all these cells now, or at least some of them, at least most of these cells are going to be air. Now this one has to get up to give the one water up here, but it also has to get down to get out, because it cannot fill this whole thing with water. It can only take, if it did that, it would take 3 cells at most, which that's 4 cells, not 9 cells. Oh, no, and it can't come down with an air, because it came down with an air, then you would have water on top of air. So in fact, from this um, very, I would say this is a very intuitive logical deduction that these two force that this is the case. I would say that's very intuitive to me. And then looking at this, just looking at it, you can see that this is broken because this will never get out. And I hope that's clear. So in fact, we know that this is water and this is air. Are we done the puzzle? Did we finish? That only took 35 minutes. 35 minutes for 2 cells colored. Cool. So if I want to let this cell escape through, actually wait, here's a better way of saying this. If I want to do this scenario, right? This cell needs to escape. It needs to get into this row with water because it needs to all be water. So the only thing it can do is this. That's the only thing it can do because that's 4 water cells, so this would have to all be air. So if these two are water, then this is the scenario. This is exactly what happens, and this would all be air then. This is water like this. This is exactly what happens. So let me think about this. Because if this is water, there's a lot more freedom. This can just go down straight. Oh, but wait. Actually, I just realized something even more interesting. If this is water, right? If this is water, we have the exact same problem as before. This cell right here, this row 2, column 2, can never go up. Because if it goes up, well then you've ruined it. Because it can't go down. Just like it was before. If we have to go down, we can't use a water cell because this has 2. So we'd have to use an air cell. And this is obviously a region in this case. If this region goes up, then it can never go down because then this would be an air cell. Now we could put an air cell above this, but it could never go up and be a water cell. That's the key to note. It can never go up and be a water cell. So this one can never provide any water cells to up here. So then we know that all the water cells that are in this row must get out through the same exit as this one. And we know that because if the opposite is taken, then we're forced to do this because this one needs to get out and it can only get out through one of these 2 valves and it needs to take at most 4 in this row. So it does exactly this. Whereas in the other scenario, this one can never contribute to the 4 here. So this one must contribute all to the 4 here because it needs to get out. This is the only, this cell needs to get out. You can't do, if I did this one, right, and then I put a green cell between them, then both this little bit would need to get out and this little bit would need to get out. And that's 3 cells in this row, 3 water cells. So all of the water cells in this row are connected to this one, which means that this one is air, this one is air, this one is air. And in fact, we know that these 3 are water because if this was the case, if this was in, you could do that. But if this was in, you have to do that. So all these 3 are taken because there's a maximum of these 5 that it could take. Very cool puzzle so far. Very cool puzzle indeed. So now we know a few things. One, we know that this is water, which sees at least 2 air. It could see 3 air. So this sees at least 2, plus the 5 in this row, because the 9 that it will see, cells it will see in total, minus the 4 water cells, and obviously itself doesn't count, so it will be 5 plus 2 or 3. So it's either 7 or 8. I did not mean to do that. That's 7 or 8 here. And this one is air, and it sees 4 water cells here, and either 2, 3, 4, or 5 water cells in its column. I don't know what to do with that. I love how you got this deduction before determining how row 2... Oh, was I supposed to? Oopsie. Okay, so apparently I wasn't supposed to be able to do that, which makes me think I should be able to disambiguate what these are. Hold up, this is giving me bad vibes. If this comes down like this, it has to leave, right? It has to leave. Because everything below it can't be water, of course, so it has, and it can't join an air cell above or equal to row 2, so it has to get out with a water cell in row 3. But then I'm wondering about this cell, because this cell sees at most 2 air cells. And this will be air, and this will be air. So this will be 2. So this will be 1. So this will be water. I don't know. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. It's a lot simpler. Oh, God. I did figure out how the water connected faster than new. Good. It's not a competition, unless you want it to be, in case it's a competition. Oh, wait. I just clued into what KNT said. If these 2 are water, and this is air, then the rest of this row is air, right? And this is water to connect this cell to this cell. But now this is air, because we've already got our 4 waters in the row. But now this clue is 8, and we only have 7 cells left to put water in. Wow, okay. I don't know how on earth you're supposed to figure that out before figuring out the top, but I guess this is now very interesting, because now we know that this is the scenario. We know that these are all green. So we know, oh, we have digits. We have digits. This is the 2. Which means these are not 2. And we actually know that these are 6, because there's 6 air cells over here. This is a 1, and this is a 2. We have digits. Digit dance. Woo! Let's go. Yeah, it is taking up quite a bit of space. Yeah, maybe I'll increase my... webcam size. I don't look horrible today, so it's okay. Is that better? Yeah, the space is just over a much less elegant rule set, I would say. I don't know how I missed that. Oh my word. I don't know how I saw that. I don't know. That was really hard for me, I think. This is a 1 now because it can't be a 3. So this is water, which is sus because now this cannot go up because then, wait. No, that's not true. This is in the same region, right? These two are definitely in the same region. We don't know if this is in the same region or not because air can be above water, but we also don't know that this is in the same region because we could have a line here because this could connect here because air is above water here. That would be okay. Now you know row 3, column 2. Yes, I do. I do know that. But we can draw a line, not that line, this kind of line here. And we also see that this one sees 2 water cells here. It can't be a 2, so it must be a 3. I put in 2, but by accident. So this is water. So we can draw a line here. These two cannot be 1s. Do some cleaning up of pencil marks here. This can't be a 2. These can't be 2s. Oh, that one couldn't be a 2 anyway. Oh wait, we know that this is a 4 and this is a 5. Why did I not fill that in? Oh my word, I don't know why sometimes the easy things get you, right? Okay, so is it possible that this blue takes this cell? That would say that this cell is green, right? So then all these cells would need to be blue. But now we have 2 blues in this row and we can't connect through here. These would all be green. And I don't think a 4-cell region is going to work. I can't fit the digits of 1 to 9 in a 4-cell region. So this has to be blue. Doesn't mean we come through here. I feel like it probably does, but I'm not sure. But now this cell sees 5 air cells in the column and 2 air cells here, so it's a 7. So this is not a 7. We know that I keep selecting line instead of edge by accident. Oh, thank you. The other way around. I was thinking water and air. water clue, air clue, but yeah, you're right. It's the other way around. So this one either sees 1. Oh, this one. This one is interesting. Because this one sees quite a few air cells. Because this either sees 2 water cells, 3 water cells, 4 water cells, or 5 water cells. But this cannot all be air, can it? Because if this is all air, this will be a 0. So it sees 1 air cell, or sorry, at least one of these cells down here must be water. So this clue could never be a 2. Which means that this clue could never be an 8. So it's a 7, 6, or 5. It will be a 7. Wait. No. 4, 5, or 6, because it will be a 6 when this is a 3. It will be a 5 when this is a 4, and it will be a 4 when this is a 5. I'm counting the number of water cells in this column with this clue, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. Okay, so now what do we do? Now we now we so if this is water, it could be 2 still. Would that be a problem? That would mean that this goes this way. It'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If this is water, this region will be complete like this. Or I guess that's more simple. If this is air, this region will be complete like this. Or if this region does not come this way. How can I simplify this a little bit more? Oh, nice, nice. Wen Cheng, yay. Yeah, I wish I could actually understand Chinese, but it is fun to watch him. It's almost it's relaxing in a weird way. Double speed, that's an interesting idea. I haven't tried that. I do know that these are green because the blue cell that is in this row, in row 2, will have to let out the water at the top. Wait, and it will have to continue into row 3. So if this was water, it would have to continue to here. Yeah. And then this would be water, which would say that there are 2 air cells over here, which is not broken. Okay, so that's probably that's. I hate when it's like, oh, that's a reward, not a deduction. You've already narrowed down how many water cells can be in the column. Which column was that, Nell? Oh, was it? Did you say something else, Nell? I only see the last comment you made. Maybe I'll check column 1. Okay. So I should focus more on column 1. I've already narrowed the number of water cells down, right? So it's 3, 4, or 5. Oh, yes, Nell. Thank you. I don't know why. So what Nell is saying is that I said several times that if this is a border, that this region right here with the 6, it would have to come this way because it needs to be all water and come all the way down. But as Nell points out, this is 7 water cells in the column. But I have already said that there are 3, 4, or 5 water cells in the column. And none of those numbers is 7. So in fact, this region needs to come this way, which means that this cell is not water, and in fact, it is air. Because if it was water, then it would need to see 2 air cells at least, and those would be those 2, but this one's now water. So this does not see 2 water cells, it sees at least 4. If only it saw 5, then we would be in business. We know that this is a region. I'm just going to turn off line because I keep clicking line by accident, and it's really starting to annoy me. This is a region boundary. So again, if this does not come to row 4, column, row 4, column 3, then this will be 6 cells in the row, and that will not work. So this is blue, which again means that this is an edge. I changed off the edge even though I was using edge. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, it could stop there because there could be 5 cells in this column, I think. Okay, let me just think about that for just a second. Oh, there can't be. There can't be, at least not like that. Because in this case, this cell will be a 2. Because there would be 2 air cells down here if there was 5 water cells like that. And this being a 2 clashes. So in fact, this must extend one more, but I don't know where. If it did extend here, it would see at least 2 in the column and at least 3 in the row. It could see 4 in the row, so it would be 5 or 6. That's not very interesting. Okay. Can narrow down row 1. Oh, you're right. Because this one sees 4 cells here. 4 plus 3 is 7. So this could never be a 3. So this can't be a 6. And this can never be a 6 because... Yeah, okay, so this sees 4 and either 5 in the column or... Wait, sorry, 4 plus 4 is 8 and 4 plus 5 is 9. So this is 8 or 9. So I bet we could rule down this one because this one is either... So this is 5 or 4. 5 or 4 plus 5 or 4. So it's 8 or 9. Yeah, it's 8 or 9. This one is either 8 or 9. So we have an 8-9 pair. Yes, because maths. Yes, because maths. This one needs to see a water cell below it. No, it needs to see either this is a water cell or it sees a water cell below it. Wait a second. This one sees 2 water cells already. So if that was a 4, it would be a water cell, and this would also be a water cell, and this would be all water, or all air. So that would mean that this... No, I don't like that. It's not interesting. I don't know. Maybe we come back to this. No, I don't like that either. Maybe we look at chat to see if they have any ideas. They don't have any ideas. Okay. Well, if this... I can't think. 3 water cells in here. 6 water cells in here. 4 water cells in here. Oh, wait. We can get that this is green because we know that the blue in this row has to come all the way through because it can't stop in row 2. It can't turn in row 2 because we only have 1 more cell in there. So we know that this is an edge. Oh, wait. Oh, that means that this is a 4 because it is. So this is a 5. So this is a 4 and this is an 8. Yes. So there is 5 water cells in this column. If this was air, you could have 3 water cells down here. I don't like the line tool though. Work more with row 3, column 4. Already done. Didn't even listen to your hints. Okay, so there's 2 or 3 things here. This water comes all the way down here. Then there will be 2 airs here. Whereas if this is air, no, I don't know. I don't know. This is, oh, that's not a 4. Wait. Okay, so we can't fit 4 water cells over here. So there's at least 1 water cell over here. So how could that be 5? I don't think that can be 5. Because we can't make these all water, because there's not 5 waters in a row. And we can't make it all air, because you can't fit 4 airs over here. So this can't be 5. Can we do the same argument here? No. uh, 4 water cells? Sorry. Hi, Malarog. Nice to see you on the stream. We're solving a aquatic construction right now, which is leaking my brain, I think. Wait a second. Wait a second. I've said this so many times, but I didn't clue in. If this is water, then this comes down, right? But if this is air, then the entire column is water. So this is water regardless. Which means that one of these 2 is air at least. I was about to say both of them are air, but it's not true. Wait a second, I have an 8 in the column, so this is a 9. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so there, if this was air, that would work. If this was water, that would be 4 plus 5. Yeah, okay, that would work too. So it literally doesn't matter what this is. It works both ways. You have some Sudoku to do. Oh, you're right, you're right. I have marked 4 outside of here, which means that these can't all be water. So if these can't all be water, it's hard. I remember I was thinking about something very specific before. Standard aquarium rules are essentially that you have to, within each region, it's sort of like a container. So the pressure surface level of the water has to be the same in each region. So each container has the same level of water. Does that sort of make sense? Yes, I realized it was probably the 8-9. The 8-9 that was staring at my face, right. So these can't all be water. So one of them is air. If all of them is air, then these two are water. I don't know. That's not like, is that important? Okay, let me try to focus here. Maybe see something interesting. I'm just assuming that like thinking about regions is not helpful. But maybe it is helpful. Like, well, maybe, okay, we've thought about if this is a 3. If it's a 3, then it is water. If it's a 1, if it's a 1 and it's air, then this is water. If it's a 1 and it's water, it's a 1 and it's water. That's just not true. So isn't this always water? Because regardless of this, if this is a 3, these are all air and these two are water. And if this is a 1 and it's air, then there's one water down here and this is water. So this is always water, which means we can add another edge in here. Row 6, column 1. I guess that was what I just did. I don't know, it didn't give me that much information, like... Oh. I'm an idiot. That's what's going on. Again, I've wasted, I don't know, 10 minutes not seeing this. Let's see. Let's think about this. So if there's a water cell down here and these are air, what does this water cell do? Oh wait, no, it could be the bottom. This could be water. And these could be air, and this could... Now I want the line tool. And this could join something like that, and this could get out. Okay, okay, so we do know that these two are air, because either this is water or this is water. Yeah, I tend to be like 1 second before your nudges for some reason. I feel like I've gotten like one nudge this solve, even though I've gotten like several nudges. I don't actually think that's true because you could, oh no, you could, if you put water here, then you could escape this region down here and this region could join like that. Okay, never mind. I don't know anything about this. Yeah, I got that now. Unfortunately, I have got that. I know that these are the same region. Okay, let's think about, okay, the next thing we think about is wasting huge chunks of time spawning something very important is very similar to it. Yeah, true. So let's think about the air cells in row 9. Are those restricted now? Because they're similar to the water cells, but we don't have a 2 in the row now. Yeah, maybe they're not restricted at all. I don't think this is ever water. Remember I got the 5 out of here before by arguing these can't all be air because there can't be enough water over here? If this is a water cell, that's saying there's either 3 air cell... Oh, no, there can be 3 air cells over here. Just barely. So annoying. Yeah, this is quite a challenge. This is an air cell, which refers to the number of water cells in this row. It's a 4, which would mean that this is 1 or 2. Which means it can't be a water cell, right? Because if it's a water cell, you only have 1 other water cell over here, so you'd need 3 air cells. Which would mean it's an air cell, which sees 1 or 2 water cells over here, which is fine. Is that fine? Knowing row 5, column 1, allows you to get the value down to 2 candidates for an arrow you have not yet pencil marked. This one, maybe? It's either this one or this one. So this one, if it's air, it sees exactly 3 water this way and 2 water this way. So that would be 5. Oh, 5. If it's water, it sees exactly 4 air this way and 2 air this way. So that would be a 6. Okay, so now if this region that is connected by these X's takes this cell, it can no longer take this cell. It can no longer take this cell, because then there would be 2 5 6s in it. Which would mean this would need to be entirely water, because, no, wait. No, it wouldn't, because this could get out here. Although it could only get out 5 cells. So there would need to be 4 cells of water, which is fine. Okay. Okay. Wait, if if that, wait. If this joins with this, that's it. If this joins to this region, then it is water. We know that, right? But if it joins to that region and it's water, then what's the count? Well, it sees there's a one air cell over here, so there's going to be 4 air cells over here to accommodate the four water cells in the row, so that it will be 4 plus 2, which is 6, but there's already a 6 in that region. So this region does not come to that. So it does come over, which means that we can add another line here and an X right here. And we know it needs to come out at least 1, because even if it comes down, it will only get 4 cells, and this is 5 cells. Yes. I'm, again, just one step ahead of you with the nudges. Just half a step. Okay. Now, remember what I was saying about this. If this is air, it's a 4, which means this is 1 or 2, which cannot be water itself. Oh, wait. It could still be a 1 and be air. Which would mean this comes down to here, which could see 3 airs on that side, and it would need to. If this is water, what is it? If this is water, then it is 4. Oh, that's the point. Okay, so if this is water, then it's 4, and it sees 4 greens over here. But then this is green, and it's 4. So that's not going to work. So this does not come there. Does come down. This is water. We already know that that is not in that region. So then this sees exactly 3 waters, or 3 airs over here. So it will see 2 more waters as well as the 3 airs. So then this one must be air, because 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is a 3, which means this is not a 3. So there is something different in here. There must be either a break of water or air. Sorry if it seems like it doesn't have to go down. What? Oh, you're right. You're right. It doesn't have to go down, because it could take this cell. Ugh. Okay. That wasn't frustration. That was just like, why am I so dumb? But it does not come to this cell. I know that at least. And in fact, this is not water, because if this is water, we have the exact same problem. So this is green. Which says that there's 1 or 2 waters over here, but there is only 1 water left in the row, so it must be a 1. So is it possible that this is the 1 water? That would count 2 here, and it can't be a 3, so it'd need to be a 2 or a 4. Which would, no. Yeah, that's fair. I literally said about 2 seconds before that that it didn't need to extend again. And then I was like, what if it extends again? um, Now if the one water is not here, then all of these cells will be water, which will need these cells to be for this clue, which means that this 6-cell region or maximum 6-cell region, it could be different regions, but I was going to say it has to come through here, but it could, oh no, it can't take any of either of these cells, so it does have to come through here. That's what I was hoping for. So the point is, and this is what I was intuiting, is that either this is water or this is green and it traps this region up here and forces this to be water. So that means that regardless, both of these are green and this one will be a 4. Don't mess that up again. already ahead of you, Malrug. Just a little bit. I don't need apparently I don't actually need to read your nudges. I just need to know that they're there. It's very comforting to know that the nudges are there, whether or not I read them. So this is either a 2 if it's water, or if it's air, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It would need to be 6. If it's water, it needs to be 6 because it can't be 4 or 5, and it sees already 4 water cells. So if it's air, it's 6, and these are both water, which means the water has to get through here. So either this one or this one. Oh wait. No, that's not true. I was gonna say either this one or this one is. No, that is true. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Either this one is green and this one is blue, or this one is green. So all of these cells down here are blue. Nice. So then this one sees 1 or 2 cells, or no, 1 cell up here, and a maximum of 2 cells over here. So this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. Which I don't know what it does. I was hoping that would be a little bit more exciting. This one sees a maximum of 1 cell up here and a maximum of 5 cells over here. So it could be as big as 7. But okay, how little cells could it see over here? It could see 3 cells over here plus the 1 is 4, so that's the minimum is 4. And this one we actually don't get any information about because it's useless. Oh, yeah. Row 1, column 2 by Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9. Nice spot. Nice spot, Malrog. So these cells are 4, 7, 5, and 8. That was nice. Slick solving. So these cells are 1, 2, 3, and 6. This one can't be a 1, this one can't be a 1. If only this one couldn't be a 6, and then we would have a 1, 2, 3 triple in here, which would also be, you guessed it, useless. This one being water, does that mean if this is water, it's 3. If it's air, it could still be 3, but it can't be 1. Wait, it can't be 1. Oh, that's the point. It's just a 3. It is just 3. Because if it's air, it can see two minimum, and if it's water, it can see 3 minimum. So it is just 3. Nice. So that's not 3. I hope I finish this in before I have to stop streaming. Because it's getting closer and closer to that time. At least 2 of these are air. Huh. I'm not seeing anything now. Let me just think about this again. So, if these are both air, we need to fit 3 waters in this row. There's definitely 1 water in those 3 cells. Because if this is water, it is water. And if it's air, there's 1 water at least in those 2 cells. So there's 1 water at least here. Ah, that's so close to ruling out 1 here. Because if these 3 couldn't all be water, then we would know that this was at least 2, which would still be useless in terms of this triple. Is row 2, column 4 in the same region as row 2, column 4 in the same region as row 1, column 1, 2? I don't know if that's determined yet. Because, for example, this region, like I could just do this. Wait, not that. Wait a second. I do know. So wait. So this string of water is only 4 cells long at most. So if this was like that, then this would have to end here, which would mean that this one has to extend at least 5 this way, right? So then that would mean that all of these cells were together. But then think about now what happens when you don't have this line. Well, in that case, you must have this line, and then this has to get out anyway. So in fact, we know that these x's that I put in are true. Those are all connected, which means big realization that this is not a 2, and that's actually not very useful. If it was, there's a naked single. Okay, well, if we could just push this 1 more over. Oh wait, I just realized I colored this cell, but I didn't need to. If we pushed this one more over, then we could say that that was the case, but we can't because this could be blue and join. The naked single would be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be a 5, I think. It doesn't currently see 8 or 9. So it's 5, 8, or 9. Wait a second. If this region came to here, then it couldn't come to here. That's interesting. Because this would be a naked single 5, and then it would be blocked from taking this 5. I think you're onto something, Malrog. Okay, so if this region takes this cell, then it has to get all of its cells from over here. Oh, in fact, I can actually draw in this edge now, finally. I probably could do that like a long time ago, but I didn't. So let's think about that. So if this comes to here, it now needs 3 more cells that are 4, 3, and 6. Has one of 3 or 6. No, it needs a 7 as well. Sorry. Could get a 4 easily there. And then could just take these 2 cells and be 3, 6, 7. So that's probably what happens. Again, a reward, not a deduction. This is a reward for finding something. There's a 4 in one of these cells. Huh. Okay, so let's think about this region again. This region which needs to come down. It has another vacuum here. So there's one vacuum or one like little airlock that it has to get through here. And then there's another airlock down here where there's only one cell it can get through. So if this is water, then this is water, which we already knew. Okay. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, if this is water or air, these are both water. Holy crap, breakthrough. Oh my god, breakthrough. Yes. Yes. Now this is water, so this is air. We can add some edges in here. That can't be in the region. Yeah, it can't be in a region. This is part of the region that gets out, so it can't join this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it can't take all those, so it does have to come down again. Because one of these 2 is green, at least one, because this sees 3 greens, or 2 or 3 greens. Oh wait, we're getting really close to knowing all of these are blue. Like really close. This is air. If this is water, there are 3 airs over here, which means this has to be air. But if this is air, there are 3 airs over here, or sorry, there are 3 waters over here, which means this is air. So this cell is always air. Weird. This is like, this is constantly the same sort of deduction, which is a deduction that I actually love. Whether or not this is one or the other, this is always true. I love those deductions, and I know it sounds kind of like bifurcation, but I love those deductions. I can't lie that I don't. So that's a 5. So that's not a 5. This sees 1 cell, 2 cells, 3 cells. So it has to see at least 1 cell over here that is green. Could all 3 of those be green? Absolutely. Okay. So let's think, so if this one does not join here, how does this thing, because we know that if this does not join this, then it does do exactly that. So I'm just wondering, will that have all the digits? So we'll have 1, 2, this would have to be a 3, this would have to be a 1. No, wait, no, this would have to be a 3, sorry. This would have to be a 3. My bad. So this would have to be a 3, this would have to be a 6. So this would be 7 and 4. So that would be a 4, and that would be a 7. And that looks fine. Which would leave 6 and 1 in these cells. Okay. But anyways, if that does that, and those are all true, then this has to come through here. And do something. This only sees 3 more water cells in its column. This only sees 2 more water cells in its column. Three more in this column. So are we supposed to get like some kind of estimate on how many water cells are left in the entire puzzle or something? Well, there can be overlaps, so I don't... that's not great. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. No, I didn't got it. I didn't got it. So what I was thinking was that if this came down here like that, then this would have to be a 3. And I was thinking that wouldn't work, but no, it would work because these would be air and that would be 3. Okay. Close. Row 5, column 7. Row 5, column 7. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that's 6 at most. One, two, three. Oh. You have to put at least. Wait. No, that's fine. That's fine if you put 1 there, 2 there, 1 there. That's fine. That's 4. Okay, so it's not quite determined, but it's close. 6 would require all these. Which would mean something. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. We need 9. So 9. Okay. So this region is either like this or it's like this. That will put a 6 here. Would this, for some reason, put a 6 here? I don't see why. I mean, this can't be a 6, but this could be a 6. Okay. Reassess. There's definitely a 1 in one of these 3 cells because whether this joins to here or here, there's a 1 in these 2 cells. Wait a second. Wait. No. This one could extend out and not take this cell. Oh, but it does take that cell. It has a 3 in it. Oh, that just eliminates 3 from this cell. Which doesn't really do that much. If this was a 3, then these would be air, and these would all be water. Row 5, column 1, okay. Okay, so this is not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6, 7, that's it. I think we said if this comes down here, this will be a 7. But if this comes down here, this will also be a 7. So this is always a 7. So that was pretty useful. I like digits. Maybe we should pencil mark this row. 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's not a 1. That's not a 4. That's not a 4. This one is determined, and I don't know why I didn't fill it in. These are the sorts of hints I need. Fill in this digit that you have. It could be 4. What? Oh, you're right. It could be 4. I don't know why I missed 4. Well, it's never 6. Well, this is 6. This is still 6. Where does 6 go in this row? It's not in any of those cells, or there, or there. It's not here, so 6 is in one of these 3 cells. Not very useful. You tell me after I got it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this can take one more cell. So we're really, really close to saying that there's a 6 up here. In fact, wait, we're even more close to saying there's a 1 up here because we can say that. There's only one more cell that this region can take. It's either going to be that one, or that one. And none of those cells, nor any cells that are already in the region, except for this one, can be a 1, so this is a 1. Oh, okay, that was hard. So let me see here. Whatever region takes this cell, or whatever cell up here, needs a 1. So that 1 will have to come from this row or below. This cell cannot be water, because if it was water, it could not join to any region. So that cell is green. Oh my god. Oh, god. Oh god. Yeah, okay, that was it. That was what we needed. So now, is it possible that this is 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air cells in a row. But that would mean 4, 5 cells are seen with this. So this is a 6. Come on. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I feel like we're close to finishing the one region, which Canty said was like the midpoint of the solve. Or no, two-thirds of the solve. So these cells are from 1, 4, 7, 8, 9. That can't be a 1, that can't be a 4, that can't be a 4. That deja vu. But this can't be 3. So that gives us a 1, 2 pair and a 3 here. It's going good now. It was really rough for a little while there. So if this can't be air, because there can't be 3 water cells below. So this is water. These are all air. How are you doing, Philip? That's definitely a line. That's definitely a line. We still don't know what joins this. Oh my god. 1, 4, 7, and 6 in this column. That can't be a... Wait, this is a naked single 7? Why did you tell me to pencil mark this cell? Why? You're cruel. Oh my word. I think you probably just didn't remember that. Row 5, column 7. Oh, this one? That can't be a 1 because... Oh, I don't know why I read row 6, column 7, sorry, and then just did not click. Yeah, there's a 1 above it. You're right. Okay, so this is green as well. So there's an edge there. This is 2, so that means that that's green. And this is a 1. Which means that there's one cell over here that's different than this. So that just means that these 2 cells are different, I think. There are already 3 water cells in the row, and one of these cells must be a water cell because they're different. So that means that these 2 cells are green. Thought I was going to do something. This cannot join those regions. this most likely goes up. I'm going to assume it probably goes up, but I'm not 100% certain. What? They're the same? Oh, you're right. They are the same. You're right. Sorry, they are the same. So yeah, because I should have done this. So if this is green, then this sees one blue already, so that's green. Whereas if this is blue, this already sees one blue, so this already sees one green, so this is blue. So then there can't be two blues here because there's only four blues in the row. So these two are green. That's much nicer than just saying fallacies. You don't know about row 6, column 5. Yeah, okay. I don't know which one those are yet. I do know that there is a border between them because they're a different parity. They're different, not parity, but you know what I mean. One of them is water and one of them is air. Oh, this is interesting. If this one does that, right? This has to come out and has to take 4 cells. But that would mean that this has to be water, which makes 5 waters in this row, which is not possible. So we finally know that this is a region, and we found the first region. Whew. Oh boy. And this region has to come to here and has to stop there because this one cannot be in the same region with that one. So that is a region. These cells are 8, 9, and 2. This is a naked single 5, as I think Malrog pointed out a while ago. These are 4, 3, and 6. This one, 6, I meant to write. This one can't be a 6. This one can't be a... Oh, wait. Not 4. 7. 7, 3, and 6. So we can get rid of this 4 pencil mark. This one cannot be a 3 because it's in the same region as a 3. There's definitely a 7 in one of these two. Don't know why there's a 6 pencil mark there. Oh, because there's a 6 in one of these 3 places. Okay, I don't need to know that anymore. This one is not a 7, therefore. Or a 4, because there's a... I swear. There's a 4 in its row. Dead silence. I feel like I... Come on. This one says that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, why didn't I fill this in when I found it? Don't know why I didn't do that, but see you, Melrog. Have a good one. Don't forget the 5 in row. Yeah, I didn't forget that. I got it. Thanks for coming out. Lovely to have you here. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that region is now finished. Get rid of these lines. And we are also going to get a 2 here because there's a 6 now in the region. So that's a 2. So that's not a 2. We need a 4 in this region somewhere. It can't be here or here, so that's a 4. And these two are 8 and 9. And that's a little bit interesting because I'm actually going to really quickly clean up these X's because I hate them. But that's interesting because there's 8 and 9 in here. and there's 8 and 9 in here. So, oh no, that's not true. I was gonna say where do 8 and 9 go in here, but they can. There's a triple here. That's there's a triple here. That's what I should have noticed immediately. So then this cell is known, and this cell can't be a 2 because that's the 2 in this triple is in there. Oh, so there's a pair here. So this is 6, 7, and 2, and this is 5. I gave myself lots of time to think about that and still didn't figure it out. But now we know things. Down here we have 2, 8, 9, 6. That one's not a 9. Okay, so we should be able to work out this region on the right, so the left. Because these two regions do not join. These two 4s do not join regions. This doesn't go up, weirdly. I'm gonna get rid of the line tool. Oh, there's only one escape through here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's only one escape here, but there are 2 regions. So I think, does this 4 have to escape? Okay, let's see here. So if we count up these cells, we have 5, 7, 9, and just 2 cells left over for another region. So I'm trying to think, does that mean that this needs to come down? Yes, because if this came down and took that cell, then there would only be 8 cells left. Or if another region came down and did that, then there would not be enough cells over here. Yeah, so this 4 needs to come down, which means that everything else in this area is in the same region, which means that we can say that in this region that 2 is in here. And there's no 1s in here. I think I talked about this before, but the 1 in this region needs to be in this row. So that's not a 1 and that's not a 1. Now we need, in here, we need 8 and 9, and either 3 or 7. So 3, 7, 8, 9, and there's definitely 8 and 9 in there. This one's not 3. Okay, so now where do we look? We maybe look at this, because this is different from this. So we can actually add an edge here, because this one has to come down 1. I don't know if this is water or not. It probably is. But that means that 1, 2, so this has 6 cells. It needs 3 more cells. They can only be water. Don't know how to do that. Okay, so we can probably finish the puzzle here. Oh, I need to scroll up. So we only have this one left, right? Every other one is filled. Yeah, that's true. So let's look at this one. There's 2 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't be 2. So it needs to be 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Can't be 3 either. So there's at least 2 more air cells in here. And there's going to be a region which touches 4 cells down here, which is completely air. Probably the one that joins this, or something up here, or both. Can't be a 6 either, I just noticed that. So these are 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. That one's not a 9. Okay, so whatever cells this takes over here, the 3 cells that, well, I guess it could come out here and then this could be a different region, but whatever cells it takes over here must be the same as these or this maybe. That's not very helpful. If this comes out and is green, then it will need to come down again before it can get out. Which would force this to be blue. So is it ever possible that this is green? No, that's always blue. Is it possible that this is green? That one I'm not sure about. No, that one is blue, because if it was green, what would it join? Well, if it's green, then it needs to go down before it can get out. But if it goes down, then it traps the region on the right. So it's not green, it's blue. This one I think could be either one. This now has 3 cells which are blue, so it needs 2 more cells which are blue in this row, and then it's done. There are 3 blue cells in the, oh wait. there's a clue up here. I'm gonna gray out the clues that are done so I can keep track of which ones to still look at. Even the one I gave myself, I guess. That one's pretty much done. Okay, so since there's a 3 up here, we can put that in because there's 3 cells now here. So this is gray. So then that means that I'm actually going to get the line tool back. Keep saying I'm going to get rid of it, but I don't. So this has to come down all the way to there. So this has to come all the way to here. Which means that we can add edges in here. We can add an edge in here. This also has to come out, which means that we can add an edge in here. And an edge in here. That's 7 cells, so this needs to take 1 more cell. It needs to be blue. This one also needs to come out, obviously, so that's blue. Get rid of this. That's not a 4. 4 in one of these 2 cells. These 3 cells need to be the same as these 3 cells, and these don't contain a 5, so this can't contain a 5. And these don't contain a 9, so that can't contain a 9 because of this 9. One of these cells need to be 7 or 8. It's pencil mark. No, I don't want to do that. I was going to say I'll pencil mark this cell, but no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so this region comes this way. It needs to be blue here. And it could come up. Otherwise, it needs to be blue here. I was thinking it couldn't come up, which means that this is always blue and is always part of this region. But these don't even have to be in the same region. This could just come up. And this could be a different region. How many regions do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, 8-ish. Seem to have a lot of 2s floating around here. There's a 2 down here, a 2 in here. So those are the last 3 2s that are not placed. And the 2... Oh wait, there's one more 2 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that works. So I'm trying to locate the 2 in the last region. So it's definitely not that. It's definitely not in here. So it's in one of these cells, I guess. Not very helpful. Sudoku on 1 will help. Yes, there are also a lot of 1s. So there's a 1 in here. And there's a 1 in here. So that can't be a 1. And 1 over here. And those are the last 3 1s. So is it possible that this region takes that one? No. So that would be too many cells. I'm going to cut off stuff. So is it possible that this region, I'm just trying to see if this region takes this one. Does this region take this one? Could that work? I mean, maybe. That's 4 plus 5. Doesn't seem broken. There's 1 water cell in here, and there's 2 water cells in here. So how do the 1 water cell down here, how does that play with the regions that are all air? Because it can't join them. So it needs to join something else. So wherever the water cell is, its region comes up and is water. No, it could be air above. At least that's a clean way you can do it. You can do the regions purely with air logic, air water logic. Will you have a border in that? What border? Well, this one, or, well, I guess both of them. Well, no, not necessarily both of them in this case, because this could be water and then air, and that could all be one region. So I guess you're talking about this. There's going to be a border here somewhere. Well, it could, like, I could put the water here, which would have a border here. But I could also put the water here, which would have a border here and no border here. So I don't think I get a border. Sounds so disappointed when the puzzle doesn't break. Please break. How many? Oh, we only have 1 water cell in these 2 cells. So there is a border here. Oh, that's interesting. If this is air, and this comes out, this is water, then this comes through here. Okay, let's think about ones. Let's do the thing that the constructor told us to do. I was interested. I was talking about when you consider a region. In one, the row 6-1. I don't see why I couldn't do this and then have a region like that and like this. I do actually see why that's a problem, but oh yeah, there's only one passage out here and there's not enough cells. Okay, I do see why that's a problem. And this is definitely a problem because this would mean that this is trapped. So, okay, so we can't take either of these ones. So the one in this region is one of these two cells. I don't know why I didn't see the one in row 9 is placed here. Don't know why I didn't see that, but I think when I looked at it, there could be a 1 here, but since there's a 1 in this region, it has to go there. So this region can't get this one. So if it came through here, it couldn't get this one either. So it needs to get this one. This region gets this one, so this cannot be air. It needs to be water. Okay, that's pretty nice. I think that's really nice, actually. So this one does get this one, which means it needs to take all those cells. And it needs to come out because that's 3, 6, 7. Three, 4. So if this takes this one, the last two regions take these two ones. So that has 7. This one has 7 cells right now. How many cells does it need? It needs 2 more cells. Couldn't lock it in, but could do that. Like, three. So 3 down here. Also a 2 down here. Ah, this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. How did I not see that before? So this is 1, 2, 3 triple. This is a 7, 8, 9. So this has 7, 8, 9 in it, so that can't be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could only have 1 more air cell. Huh. I have row 6. Column 5 equals air from the row 6. Oh, yeah, I do. Thank you. You have a border keeping it from going down? Oh, because of the air. Yeah, okay, yeah. This one, yeah. So this one has to continue. And it can't take the 1, so it takes the 5. So we've actually finished this region, which means I don't have to line it. Oh. So this is a 4. So that's a 4. So these are all water. Well, that's really weird. That's really, really bizarre because that means that this is an edge. These two are in the same region. This has to come out and it's going to be a water cell. Remember, we can only take one water cell at the bottom here. So there's no way that this can't be air. Because if that was air, wait, maybe it could. No, it couldn't be because then that would do this. And this water cell would be trapped. So this is the water cell. And there's air over here. That gives us an edge between these two. This one, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So it takes one of these two cells as its end. That cell is not a 4. That cell's not a 4. There's a 7, 8, 9 triple in this column, which places a 5 here. Means that's not a 5. This one comes out here. This one, so there's one region in here that is entirely air. And then there's another region which has water below this level. So this cell right here has to be part of the region which is entirely air, which is the region that joins all of these, because there's only one left that can join all those. So all these cells must be part of the all air, the air nation, if you will. 4 plus 4 is, so there is no way that these two join together. Oh my word, I meant to draw a line. So there's no way that those two join together, which means that this is true. One of these is air, and one of them is water. Yeah. One of them is air, one of them is water, which means there's a line between them. This one has to come all the way over here. It definitely takes these two cells. Takes maybe this one, or maybe this one, or maybe this one. These three regions are not well defined yet. Thank you, Original Elijah. I think that's Jacob or something on Discord. Just one moment. Sorry. Feel like this is wrapping up, but it has been quite a struggle. Especially at the end here. My only weakness, normal Sudoku. Or I guess a regular Sudoku. Okay, so let's think about regions. So this region has 1, 2, 3, so it needs 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That can't have a 7. That's not a 4? Is that all we get? Oh, these aren't at 5. Could be a 5 here, otherwise the 5 is in this row. There's definitely not a 5 up here. So there is a 5 in one of those two cells, which means that the 5 in this region aligns with the 5 in this region, making that not a 5. In other words, the 5 in row 9 is in this region and exactly there. So that's a 5. Okay, maybe we think about, this has a 6 in it, so that's not a 6. So 6 in this column is in one of these two cells. Six in this region must be in one of these 3 cells because there's only 2 regions in these. Oh no, wait. No, must not be in here because there is a 6 in here and there is a 6 in here. So there is no 6 in here. I don't know what I'm saying. There's no 6 in here, not there is a 6 in here. So that means that there needs to be a 6 in one of these cells. All of which are capable of being 6. Still got the column 4 clue. You're right. Okay, thank you. So that's blue, that's green. I probably had that, you said that probably a while ago. Yes, I have many identities as well. Original Elijah. It's funny because my name is Elijah. So maybe I am you too. Or maybe you are the original me. So this is 2, 4, 7, 8, and 3. There definitely needs to be a 3 in there. So that's a 6. So that's a 7, that's a 3. Which means that there's no 3 in here, that's a 3. No 7 in here. So close now. This 3 must appear in here, so that cannot be a 3, so this is a 3. That's not a 3 anymore. There's already a 3 in this region, so the 3 in, oh, well, in this region must be, oh, there's, right, okay, so there's a 3 in, there's in like an X-wing on 3s. Yeah, I've never even seen myself in the same place at the same time as original Elijah, so we're probably the same person. There's definitely a 2 down here. Oh, so this is a 3. So that's a 3, that's a 3. That's a 1, 2 pair. So there's no 1 or 2 in this region. So that cell can never be a 2. Which places, no, it doesn't place anything. There's definitely a 2 in here now, because there is a 2 in here. So that's a 6, so that's a 2. There's actually a 2 in one of these 2 cells, which we could have used to rule out a 2 from here, but we didn't. It's definitely a 6 in one of these 2 cells. Unfortunately, both of these regions need a 6. Wait, there's a 6 in one of these 2 cells, which aligns with the 6 over here, so that's not a 6. That's a 6 because of this 6. So then this region must get this 6. There's no other 6 it can get. So that's a 6, and we finish the regions. I love how I think most of the people who voted for this puzzle are gone now. They just voted for it to see me struggle and then left. If you voted for this puzzle, you must admit your sins in the chat. So this is a 5. It's not 5. So this must be the 5 in this region. For some reason, CTC software is very good for irregular for me because I can click like the 2s and stuff. But this works too. This one is a 7, 8, or 9. This is a pretty much filled column. This is 8, 9, and 4. So close. It's a 7 in one of these two cells, so that's not a 7. There's a 9 in one of these two cells, so that's not a 9. Why is it so hard for me? I'm still having fun, but it's just hard to scan for some reason. I think it might be the blue on the blue numbers. I just need an easy win, like anywhere. Where's the easy win? Okay, so this digit is the same as this digit. Is in here. Is in here. Is somewhere in here, I guess. And somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm almost at 230. Is this supposed to be this hard at the end? It's definitely not making this easy. Why can't I see anything? Does this have a unique solution? What a troll puzzle. You get all the way here and there's no unique solution. Do we have to color? Like, it's not trivial, okay. This digit goes down here. So could be 4. Not a good digit pick. Row 6. Column. Oh, that was the digit I picked. Spidey senses. Sees some stuff by irregular. Oh wait, this digit is this digit. Oh. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, so this digit sees into this region like this, right? It can't be here or here. So this digit must be this digit, which means this is not a 4, which means this is a 4. Which places a 4 here, places a 2 here, places a 2 here, placing a 4 here. Okay, so then this is an 8, this is a 7. Also, I'm not an idiot. That was actually a pretty rough rough spot, but like it wasn't like really hard, but it definitely was not trivial, like Keisha said. So those are not 7s. That is a 7. These are not 8s, so that is an 8. 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 9, 8, 8, 8, 9. Now I'm mixing up what I'm saying. 8, 7, 9. And probably get rid of the surface and the 4. Yes, okay. Whew. Holy. Okay. Well, that's probably the end for me. I actually didn't see what you said, Kagisho. I saw that myself. I swear. Remove the column. Yeah. Oof. Well, I'm definitely done for the day. But thank you guys for coming out and watching the stream and watching. We did 2 puzzles in. Here, I'll take a. Maybe I'll scroll up and then let me share. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now so that you can see the timestamp. I did start, I read the rules and then started at 1 minute and something seconds, so technically I'm below 2 hours and 30 minutes, but thank you guys for coming out. I'm gonna go now, but have a good rest of your day.